Welcome back to Sailing Jibsea, where we spend 99% of the time on anchor. We've been cruising full-time on our sailboat for the past 3 years and have covered over 20,000 nautical miles. We've been needing new anchor chain for a little while now, and after cutting worn parts off little bits at a time for the last several months, it's time for us to clean up this rusty mess and get ourselves some new chain. The fun part is, we'll be doing all of this while at anchor. Kind of exciting today. We're just heading off of Jibsea here to head to the boat store to pick up a very expensive order we had made a couple days ago. We're going to be getting some new anchor chain. We're lucky that it actually is a lot calmer now, so it'll be an easy dinghy ride back with it. Because we're on anchor, we're going to pick it up with our dinghy. Got a little towel here to lay it down and we'll see how it goes. Luckily there's a dinghy dock right out front here that we can tie up to. Didn't really, oh my gosh, my glasses almost fell off into the crack here. Alright, so I had to guess, I think that was maybe 7-minute dinghy ride. There was a section that we had to slow down in on the way here. But fortunately the winds have died down. It's been really windy for the past week and we have very calm conditions on the water, which is going to help definitely on the way back with such a heavy load. Oh, look at that cat. Hey, kitty. Hey. I think this whole ordeal is going to be quite interesting. Bringing it to the dinghy, bringing it back to Jibsea, and then trying to swap out our chain while on anchor. It'll be fun.
So yeah, he's just bringing the truck around with the chain in it, and then we just got to go down this run, which is maybe 100 feet, and then we'll mark it out.
So it turns out they actually came around right to the end of the dock with it so that we could offload it this way. Way closer. At least we don't have to drag it that 100 feet or whatever it was. So what we're going to do now is mark our chain while we have land with these colored zip ties so that we know how much chain we're paying out of the anchor locker when we anchor. We decided to go with 25-foot increments again, just because it's easier to do math on, I think. Laid it all out, and now it's just time to add the markings. Alright, so we just have the marker for the beginning of the chain when it was first let out, because you always want to mark the beginning of the chain, so it just makes your life a lot easier so you don't lose it.
Bitter end.
The bitter end, Travis said it's called. And we've just kept the same colors as we had before, so it'll be easy to remember, and we stuck with 25-foot intervals. Or I guess it starts at 50, because we never only put out 25 feet of chain. So we started it at 50 feet, and then we have 75 down there, 100 here, 125 down there, and so on, until we get to the end. All right, here we go. We're going to try this with both of us in the dinghy and see how long it takes us, because we're going to have to putt pretty slow, I think.
As long as it's balanced.
And it's very calm right now. Here we go!
Oh, look at the bottom of the thing. We're moving.
glowing in this light. That actually went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. Very calm.
We're lucky on how calm the water was.
Yeah, but it took us just under 20 minutes. I mean, still double what it took to get there, but not too shabby.
Dry.
What?
We stayed dry.
You stayed dried. I got a little bit
Just
of salt spray. So now the plan is putting the chain into our locker because it's empty. We're gonna leave that there overnight. Sun's about to go down, and we're gonna wait until the morning to do the transfer because we're hoping that it's gonna be as glassy calm with dead winds like it was this morning. That's the other thing, right? Once we swap it out, we're gonna have to figure out where to put our old chain.
We'll probably just leave it until someone wants to come pick the old chain up.
Yeah, we put it up for free. We're like, free chain, if anybody wants it, come grab it. So we'll see. We only put it up today. But yeah, it'll be different because right now we had the space to put the new chain into the anchor locker, like to store it there because we have all of our chain let out right now. So free space. But once we do the transfer, we bought a lot more chain that it'll be in the locker. So we won't be able to store our old used chain there or anywhere else for that matter.
Yeah, we pretty much just have to sink the chain.
Yeah,
so I'd rather have someone pick it up.
I would rather not just sink it because there is still 100 feet of good chain on there, so someone could put it to good use.
Okie dokie. Press the button. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Good news, we have a bite on our listing, so someone will be here in the morning to pick up our old chain.
So I am going to go dinghy out and pick up our anchor, put it in the dinghy, take it off the old chain, and then I'll dinghy over here and attach it to our new chain. And I think right now is the perfect conditions. There's like no wind, so our chain will pretty much just hold us where we are. We don't actually need the anchor. So it's perfect conditions for that, which is odd because I've never been in St. Martin with zero wind. This is usually one of the very windier islands. Then I'm just going to drop an anchor ball on our new chain. So when the guy comes, he just has to grab the ball and pluck it into the dinghy or whatever he's bringing to pick it up. Cool. Let's get on it. All right, that's not going to work. I was just gonna pick up the chain and pull ourselves to it, but I don't think that's gonna work. I'm gonna have to dive down, attach our anchor ball to the anchor, and then pluck it up that way. New plan. Gotta get my snorkel. There it is. Time to dive in. Light. No. Just gotta take out the swivel. Of course, I cranked this sucker on there. Oh boy. Oh, got it. Nice. It's crazy, our boat is not anchored right now. Just let her back in, I guess. Here, I just gotta connect these back to the new shiny chain. First, I'm gonna take a look at this guy, which he looks good. I take this off all the time, but you want to look for any stretch marks or anything. You want to look for anything that doesn't look like it should look like that. I'll do that on the boat. Time to go re-anchor us. I did buy a new one of these, so maybe I'll change that out now. Don't need to, but might as well.
Just driving forward before we release the old chain into the water.
I think we're there. Good enough, at least.
Yeah. Between the leg shot. Have to go up a little bit closer, and now it's time to release the chain.
Goodbye, old chain. You've served us well.
Kerplunk. Now it's time to pick our new spot. Somewhere close by. So we want to anchor in this patch of sand over here. As you can see, there's a lot of dark around, so that could be it's grass or some weed. So we want a big open area of just sand. It looks so nice in here. No rusty chain, no rusty locker. She almost brand new. Somebody learned something today.
So when we pulled it off the dock yesterday, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to put the back end in the dinghy, so then when I pull it out, it's the front end first. But then I didn't think about the front end turns to the back end when it goes into the boat.
We had a little legend here with all of the colors and the depths, but now we have it backwards. Because we let out the chain and we were like, oh, we're already at 100 feet let out because it's on the yellow marker. We didn't let out 100 feet. We actually only let out 35 feet because we used yellow on the other side of the chain, if that makes sense, like on the tail end. The tail end was supposed to be the beginning. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think people get it. But yeah, we put the chain on upside down. So the end is at the beginning and the beginning's on the end, which screws up all of our markers.
It'll bug me. So what we're gonna have to do is hook up the anchor and chain.
So we've just pulled the anchor back up, and then we're gonna let out the chain so that we can swap the ends.
Okay, so we just gotta get back into a better position. I'm gonna let all this chain out.
It's a lot of chain to let out.
It'll act like an anchor.
So what he means by that is because it's so calm out, the weight of the chain will keep us in place like our anchor normally would. So we've got to the end now, and that's the one that we're going to want attached to the anchor.
Weird.
One concern in doing that was this. That looks like a mess.
It is a mess. Okay, hold this.
Kerplunk. All right, there it is. All right, she's up. Now we can re-anchor.
Back in action.
It sure would have been easier just tying up to a mooring ball or grabbing a marina, huh?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We're cheap. Frugal.
Well, marina, sure. Yeah. But that's not happening.
It's not happening, he
A mooring
says.
ball? I don't know.
He likes the challenge.